Okay, I'm going to call this They Did Not Appeal Part 2. And the Part 1 was, it was quite a few videos ago when I talked about Obama. I had a dream about Obama. And he said they do not appeal. And he said they do not appeal. And so it's very interesting. And I saw in this dream, the details of dreams really mean something. And in this dream, I saw him. Now, he just said this to me. I don't remember even asking him a question. So maybe that was said to me to talk about appealing this simulation. But anyway, what he meant about appeal is talking about the things that's happening in the world. And the way things are in the world, they keep going the way they are because people do not appeal. By now, there are so many people that know that Joe Biden is no longer Joe Biden. There's enough people who know that to try to have some kind of reversal of the things that's happening when your president is not you. Who the person that's in the media that's calling himself your president is not your president. You're having things that could be done to your children that you don't want done to your children. And you feel like, oh, that's just the law, so I got to go along with it. And basically, what Obama was saying is that they do not appeal. They do not appeal. They just go along. They do not appeal the decisions. It's so interesting because I saw him opening the door, and as he opened the door, I saw quite a few so-called black people going in through the door. I want to say they were mostly men, but I think it might have been a few females too, a few women too. But it might have been mostly men. And I only saw so-called black people. And I found that to be interesting. But anyway, I don't have anything to say about, oh my goodness. Sorry. I don't have anything to say about that really. I just found that to be interesting because it still means something that I saw him opening a door into going into this place, and I saw nothing but black folks go in. And so it does mean something, but I didn't look too far into it. Very interesting. But so he said they do not appeal. Now I say that to say, what does appeal mean? I'm gonna go into that. So I want to go back to talking about did we really volunteer to go through this? Because there are people that are saying you knew everything that you were going to go through before you got here. You knew it all, and you chose this anyway. So you chose to have your memories completely wiped, and you chose to have to keep going through stuff that you might have went through in previous incarnations, stuff that happened like in a previous incarnation or previous experience. I'm going to call it a previous experience where you might have been killed, and then you come into this experience and you still got to relive the stuff from your last experience. So you agree to never release. Just keep going over it because you keep losing your memories. Every time you come in, you lose your memories and you come in. But on top of that, like I said, we were in an organic matrix. Now, something could have happened when we got into our egos, or something happened. I believe it could have been, I don't know if people were tricked, how they were able to get people captive unless they were tricked. But you're not going to just knowingly agree. For me, when I saw myself rising up out of water, and it was like thick water, like you're under some kind of tub or something, and you're in thick water, in some real thick water. And I saw myself rising up out of it, like it was like my face was like my head was coming up, and I saw the water, thick water, coming up under my eyes, and like my head was rising up. It was like real thick water that you find in a tub or a pot or something, right? And I, like I said, I saw other things, but it's kind of difficult to explain. But my point is, who agrees to that? Who agrees to that? So where I am, I'm in a dream world. Where I am is not really where I am. My consciousness, I'm dreaming this. This is not really where I am. This is all a dream. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines. But anyway, it's all a dream. Life is but a dream, like that documentary with Beyonce. Life is but a dream. I mean, it's amazing with these celebrities are not really actual people. I don't care if they're brown skinned. They're something else. But anyway, so we're in a dream. I'm not here. I'm not here, and I keep thinking I have responsibilities. I gotta do this, I gotta do that. It's like I'm in a dream, and things keep coming my way to keep me from waking up. Like it's like, you know, stuff is happening. You get more under attack. You know, the more you try to remove things and try to, you know, rise up, then you get more attacked because then you need something to slow you down, right? Oh yeah, well you agreed to that, huh? Because, you know, so you agreed before you got here that okay, and if I start to rise up, I'm going to agree for everybody to come and attack me to bring me back down low to see if I have enough strength to rise up again. That goes along the lines of saying that you came here to learn something. See, I call BS on all of that. I call BS on that. And I want to say this. When you continue to say, now let me tell you something. I don't know why everybody is here. I don't speak for everybody, but I'm speaking for myself, and I do not believe, from what I keep being shown, that I volunteered to come here and I knew everything that was going to happen before I got here. I disagree that I knew that because I'm keep getting revelations of things. And people who are on their channels, I'm not speaking about everybody, but some people who are on their channels who are talking about, yeah, you chose to come here. How do you know what I did? You don't know who I am. Who am I? Because I'm not even, my real form is not even human. Tell me who I am. You tell me who I am, which is not even a human being. I'm a human being in this matrix. I am a human being in the matrix. I am not a human in the real world before this, even before the organic, because this is an inorganic matrix right here. The organic matrix was put in place to allow you to rise back up. Because something did happen in our original form, which we did not look like people. We look more like creatures. Some of us look more like creatures. I look like a creature. Tell me who I was, because I know who I am. If somebody gonna tell me, well, you chose to come here, well, then you tell me who I am then, because I know exactly who I am. You tell me who I am, because you told me I chose to come here. You tell me who I am. I don't know. Well, then you don't tell me I chose to come here. What creature was I? What creature are you? Some people, I know what creature they are, and they don't know what creatures they were before they came here into this human existence. See, what you call a creature is actually a very high level of the soul. A human is a very low level of the soul. It's lower. I want to say lower in frequency, but I don't know the terms used before the matrix came in place, right? But, so what were you before you got into this matrix in human form? What were you? I don't know. Well, then you don't say, you don't even know if you chose to be here. You don't even know if you're real or not. You don't even know if you're real. Do you know if you just a part of the program, if you're programmed in the simulation, or do you know you became before the simulation was put in place? Do you even know that? No, well then you don't know. You don't know what you're talking about. But even beyond the creature that I am, and actually creatures, like I say, are much higher on the food chain than a human being. But they use creatures to demonize creatures in movies as like, oh, look at the creature. No, the creatures are higher on the food chain. The creatures are like more, what you call it? What's the word? It's like the intelligence. The intelligence is higher in creatures. The intelligence is much higher. They're higher, way higher than human beings. Okay? So, no. But they want to demonize creatures so you be scared of who you really are. Or I be scared of who I really am, but I'm not longer scared. But I'm not scared because I know who I am. But people who don't know who the hell I am are going to tell me I chose to be here when they don't know who the hell I am. And they don't know who they are either. I say that to say this, though. I'm going to get off of that. I say that to say this. When you keep saying, well, you chose to go here and you knew everything that you were going to go through, when you keep saying that, you keep letting these criminals that's doing this shit get off. And that's why I started with saying they do not appeal. And I was repeating what I heard Obama tell me in that dream, even though I don't even remember that question I asked before him for him to say that. I just happened to be looking at him and he was looking at me. And he was opening up this door and letting a bunch of so-called black people go in this building. I don't know. I didn't go in. And he just said, they do not appeal. And then he closed the door and went on in. So I just needed to hear the statements, they do not appeal. They do not appeal. So when you keep saying, and I'm not going to criticize anybody because some people did come here. I don't know. See, the problem is you don't know who everybody is. So I'm not going to say that nobody chose to come here voluntarily. I don't know. That I don't know. Now, some people who might say that, they might know their life, and they might know that they chose to come here. I, for one, know, I keep getting revelations that I did not choose this. And as a matter of fact, it looked like I was taken prisoner. That's what it looks like. That's something that I saw, that I was taken prisoner. I was knocked the heck out, ganged up on, and all kinds of stuff. Okay? Didn't look like I volunteered for nothing. But see, I'm seeing what happened in other parts of the matrix before I got to this point. And those people don't even know what life they had before they in the life now, besides what you call some kind of past life. Well, the past life is a part of the simulation. I'm talking about your real self before you fell in frequency. I ain't talking about no past life. I mean, I know about some past lives and past incarnation. I ain't talking about the past life. Your past life is still part of the simulation. I ain't talking about that. Okay, like something happened to me. I might have died in 1972, murdered, and I ended up coming here in the late 70s. Okay, so I see that. But that's still part of the simulation, though. Okay, that's still part of the simulation. That's still part of all of the dreaming. That I'm dreaming that I'm died, I'm killed, and I came back and born again. All that is part of my dream, though. No, I'm talking about who you really are. A lot of people can't answer that question, but they want to sit there and say you chose to come here. They don't know who they are, so they're going to try to tell you who you are and what you chose to do. And when they do that, like I said, I'm going to say it again. When they do that, they keep giving these criminals that's doing this stuff that hijack the consciousness, the minds of the organic beings from the, and they keep giving them a pass to keep doing what they're doing, and they are agreeing to continue to stay in a doggone loop. Because if you keep giving them a pass, they ain't got to answer for nothing they did. You keep giving them a pass saying that you chose to come here. Now, maybe you did if you know who you are. Maybe you did choose to come here, but you don't tell me. Well, you don't even know who I am. I can tell you who I am, but you can't. And when I say you, I'm speaking in general. I'm not talking about you who's listening. I'm speaking in general when I say you. So it's like you cannot tell me. You can say that you chose to come here if you know who you are, if you remember who you are. But you can't tell me that I chose to come here and you can't tell me who I am. If you tell me it don't matter, don't tell me it don't matter. You don't tell me you don't even know who the hell I am, but you're going to tell me what the heck I chose. What kind of nerve is that? You sound like some kind of agent. When people just say that so freely, you sound like agents and don't realize that you might be an agent, but some people do. You can't tell everybody that they chose to come here. How do you know that for a fact? How do you know that for a fact? When some of us are getting revelations that some insidious stuff happened, some of us are getting those revelations, but you come and tell us, oh, well, you knew you were going to do all this. Oh, really? Really? That's what you're going to come and tell me? Because I'm getting revelations of something else that's going on that's really not great. Okay? And really, the revelations I get is a whole lot of trickery. It's a whole lot of trickery from friends that you trusted, from other, even as a creature, from other creatures that might have been that were nefarious and didn't know that they were nefarious. But they don't come and tell you, okay, so we're going to kill you if you're going to be all right with that. We're going to just kill you. Oh, yeah, well, you chose to be killed, and yeah, you chose to lose your planet, and you chose for all your family to be killed, all your creature friends and your family to be killed. Yeah, you chose that. Yeah, you knew it. Yeah, no, don't work like that. Like, you gonna say, okay, well, yo, our life is great, but you can go ahead and kill us and destroy our planet. Go ahead, go do it. No. And creatures are of much higher intelligence than human beings are, and the humans at the lowest level won't even agree to some stuff like that. Okay? So yeah, they're going to keep wanting to give these entities a pass when they keep saying you chose to come here. That's them continuing to allow these nefarious beings to do what they are doing. When they keep saying, well, you chose this, then they don't have to be responsible for the things they're doing. They are allowed to keep doing what they're doing because people keep saying, well, you chose this. So when they keep trying to program your mind, when the people who have said, a couple of people that I know who have said this, they are not fully aware of their life, not their past life. Like I said, the past life is still part of the simulation. It's still not even real. The past life is still not even real. I'm talking about who they were before they fell down into this low, into a cell, right? Prison cell. Okay, into this right here. They don't even know what kind of life they had. So they're gonna tell other people, well, you chose this. You don't even know who you are yet. I know who you are. I know exactly what you look like in the real world. I know what your hair looks like. You don't even know who you were. But you come and tell everybody, well, you chose this. But you don't even know who you were. You don't even know what kind of life you had. But you're going to sit and tell everybody that they chose to come here when you don't fully know who you are yet. So if you don't fully know who you are yet, you certainly don't know who everybody else is that you're saying that to. Okay? So, like I said, it's almost like maybe they're not doing it on purpose. I don't know. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I feel like that's what they really believe because it's deeply in their subconscious to the point where they really believe that. And they're going to push other people to believe it. So these nefarious beings will never be held accountable for the terrible things, for the real crimes against humanity. Okay, for the real crimes against humanity. They will never be held accountable for that because these people that feel like they know enough to go and get on a platform and say, well, you chose to come here and you knew everything that you were going to deal with. And so you keep saying that enough people believe it. And the people that keep doing, the entities that keep doing this stuff, the beings that keep doing this stuff, they never have to answer to what they do because everybody's going to be programmed to believe they chose everything they went with. And when you do that, you never appeal the decision and they get to keep doing what they are doing. And going now, I'm going to look at the word appeal before I go. Get out the way. Okay, here we go. Appeal. I don't know. I'm in my car, and I hope it don't look too crazy. So I'm just showing you this definition right here. Appeal. Apply to a higher court for a reversal. Hold on a second, it's about to go dark. Apply to a higher court for a reversal of the decision of a lower court. He said he would appeal against the conviction. That's an example. Hold on a second. And so I just want to, and so anyway, just want to keep it there for a second. But so this word appeal came to me again. This stuff keeps going on. The loops keep happening because we're continually almost forced to believe that we chose to come here and that we knew everything that was going to happen. Hold on a second, it went black. And that we knew everything that was going to happen. Okay? We knew everything that was going to happen. And you knew everything that was you were going to go through. You knew everything that they were going to do. And so what happened is, because you almost basically blaming yourself for everything that you go through. And so, And so, basically, the simulation never ends. It never ends. You never wake up. And eventually, your real body is going to completely die to the point where you're going to be stuck in a simulation. You're going to be stuck here. You're never going to wake up. And what higher court? So this is a simulation, but it's an inorganic matrix. It is an inorganic matrix. So it's reverse. A lot of people are in reverse, and that's why things just seem like it's so backwards. Like right is wrong and wrong is right, up is down and down is up, because we're in reverse. And so when you're in reverse, even the chakras, I believe, are in reverse. Honestly, I believe the chakras are in reverse. Now, it might not be in like the orders that you see from the root to the crown. I don't know if you've reversed, the crown is on the feet, and then I think the crown is, though, because I think we're upside down. But I really feel like the chakras are even out of order. That's how much of a mess this is. And so this is right here is a lower court. Okay? And so to appeal, then you go through a higher court to appeal the mess that's going on in this simulation, because it's not many people who are real. A lot of people that we see, including other brown people or so-called black people and all other cultures, even African, really even African, honestly, are part of the program. They're part of the simulation. So you think Africa, and you thinking because they dark skin and they have it's the motherland and all of this stuff, you might feel like, oh, those are original. A lot of Africa is part of the simulation. Okay, so there's not a whole lot of really organic, human, real people. The real people. It's not a whole lot. Okay, and so you can appeal in a higher court if you know who that higher court is or what that higher court is. You can appeal if you feel like you're one of those people that this is not where you belong, and you feel like something crazy happened. You could be one of the people that can appeal that this, whatever's happening, comes to an end, because they are of a lower court. They are of a lower court, and they do not make the final decision. Because if they had to trick you to get you here, okay, because something happened where we weren't 100% in the truth. I don't know. And in some cases, some of us who are trusting, because we were in a world, especially in my case, we were in the world where this type of evil that we see now, we were in the world where that stuff just does not happen. It's like when I went to India, you don't use the word organic in India. Everything is organic. So it's like in the world that I come from. You wouldn't know that people would be lying like that. You wouldn't know that you would get tricked like that, because it was kind of unheard of. It doesn't happen too often. And so when you are not used to that type of stuff going on, you don't know that you're about to be tricked. Now, in this world right here, I'm going to look at everybody sideways, because this world is full of lies. You don't trust nobody. It's like in this world, you're guilty almost until proven innocent. That's how much people are messed up over here. Even though most people ain't even people, they're mostly programs. But still, you know, but yeah, but still, because of the way I've seen this way this world has been in this reality, there's nobody that you can trust. But in the world I came from, people were way more trustworthy because that type of stuff was just unheard of. And so when you do have one person that for somehow worked their way in, or you may have one or two people that started falling in frequency, and then you have other folks that trust them. Okay? You have other folks that trust them. And some females, in some of the females' cases, it's their boyfriends, it's their husbands that pull them into some stuff. And got you here. You know, not to blame the husbands and stuff, but in some cases, it has to do, sometimes it's because of love. Because you're in love with somebody and you trust them. And you're in the world where you're not used to people lying like that. It's almost time for me to go. But anyway, anyway, that's it. And so when you realize what's going on, and you know there's a higher court, and this right here is not the end all be all, you can appeal it. You can appeal if you feel like something nefarious has happened. Okay, and with that being said, let me do this again before I go. Okay? Appeal.